Jai Bhim, Jai Mulnivasi, and welcome you all once again to MNT News Network special primetime session. Today is Sunday, and as all of you know, every Sunday we are organizing the session in English and various topics which are very relevant to the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and minorities and OBCs. We are taking these issues and discussing on these particular issues and trying to elaborate the curtain behind these issues, what is happening behind the curtain, and we invite eminent panelists in our panel discussion so that a clarity on the current issues will be reaching to our people. So this video today also we are going to discuss a very important topic which is very relevant to Mulnivasis, scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, other backward classes and minorities. And for the last 6 to 7 or 10 years, if we see this topic is having its existence in the field, and the major impact of this privatization are the Mulnivasis. So we are going to discuss today the impact of privatization and outsourcing on social and economic justice. So this is the topic that we are going to discuss, and you will get a very important information on this particular topic through our eminent panelists. So this video, which is live on Facebook and YouTube, I request all the viewers who have joined through Facebook to share this video on their timeline, and from there watch this video. Also do like, comment and share on this particular video so that your views, your comments can be shared to with our panelists. Those who have joined from YouTube also are requested to share this video within their friend circle, within their social circle, and watch it from there. And also do like, comment and share on this particular topic, and let us know what you think on this particular topic, and what are the remedies or how we can take it forward in bringing the awareness within our community, within our society, so that we can find out a solution. So today we are discussing about the impact of privatization, as I told, and outsourcing on the social and economic justice. And today we have with us Mulnivasi Tilak Kumar sir, who is National President of Mulnivasi Karmachari Kalyan Mahasangh. Sir, Jai Bhim, Jai Mulnivasi sir. Tilak Kumar sir.
Jai Bhim, Jai Mulnivasi sir.
Yeah, welcome to MNT News Network, sir. Are you able to hear me, sir?
Ashish.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for joining today on this important topic. And definitely this topic, which is a very burning topic, and for the last 7-8 years, if we see, the majority of Mulnivasis are getting impacted by this particular privatization and as well as outsourcing. So first of all, I would like to know from you through which process or where our Mulnivasi Bahujan society stands as far as the privatization for the last 10 years is considered, how it has changed the mode on its own. So please elaborate on this particular development for the last 10 years, how this privatization is playing an important scenario or important role as far as the Mulnivasis are considered, sir.
Thank you, Ashish ji, for inviting me for this important discussion. The privatization is a setback to the Mulnivasi Bahujans of this country, and because of government sector and public sector, a lot of transformation was happened in this country. First of all, I would like to remember one of the greatest personality in power sector from Andhra Pradesh, Gopal Reddy Garu. He worked as the chairman and managing director of Southern Power Distribution Company, and he worked as CMD in NPDCL, and he worked in Afghanistan in various places, and Gopal Reddy Garu worked in Reliance also, and he's having vast experience, and he's our mentor. And when I asked the eminent personality Gopal Reddy Garu, Sir, what is the impact of public sector? And he simply said, and with a lot of his experience, that a lot of transformation was happened in this country, and lifestyle changed to those employees worked in government sector and public sector. So uh, this is the uh, social change that we can say, that those who got employment in this country, they are flourished like anything, and their lifestyle was changed, and they able to educate their children, and they able to spend money to construct houses, or to purchase in the market of various commodities, and a lot of 360 degrees improvement is there in their personal life, as well as and they worked like catalysts in developing the economical scenario of this country, uh, where the employees worked in various organizations. So definitely a lot of change was occurred in this country because of employment. So when you discuss about privatization, um, those who got employment from particularly Mulimasi Bahujans, OBC, SC, ST, and those who are having not having pensioner scheme, and now they are living like an ordinary common man people, and because of their lack of employment, or because of their lack of pension, they are living with fear psychosis in this country. So they have spent 30 to 35 years their valuable time in this government sector, or in this public front, and they served their active life, and they spent their almost all the time as a servant to the public, and at the fag end, they are living like a common people, and a lot of sufferings I am seeing in this country. This is the impact of privatization, and those who are not having pensionary benefits and pensionary schemes. Uh, this is really a setback, Ashish ji, and privatization is not good for the benefit of this country, and privatization is not good for the educated sector, and privatization is not good because it is a negative role model. It is a negative role model to the students and youth, and students and youth can first frustrate for not getting jobs in this country, and social issues will come in coming futures, and social security is also will be in danger. So these are all
Please unmute, sir. Sir, can you unmute the mic?
hello, Ashish ji.
Yeah. Now it's
So
audible.
these are all the problems that the public and employees and and various sectors will face this in this country due to privatization, and so actually everybody is thinking that privatization is good for the country, good for the society, but the private sector is not work like government sector. And they are comparing with American private sector and comparing with European private sector. That situation is not prevailing in this country. This private sector is different private sector, and people are in dreams that private sector is the best sector in this country, but it is not at all a best. A lot of problems will come in this country due to privatization. This is not my single viewpoint. Being a national president of MKKM, and previously I worked as a general secretary of MKKM, we are traveling to various places in this country, and we are discussing with various eminent personalities and scholars, and everybody is feeling threat and everybody is feeling sad about privatization. Ashish ji.
Yes, sir. So basically, if for an example, if we see for the last 6, 7 years, recently there was one news that the biggest employer in India is Indian Railways, and Indian Railways had slashed among the Group C and Group D post. As far as Indian Railways is considered, it is almost an employer of 1.4 million people. So among 1.4 million people, almost 70 to 78,000 of post has been means this has been surrendered, and they had not taken into consideration this post to fill this post, because mostly if we see the Group C and Group D, the people who are working as a peons or in the similar category, these people are mostly from the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, and OBCs and minorities. So the major impact, if 72,000 posts are deposed from the Indian Railways, then the majority of chunk of the employment will be snatched from the Mulnivasis people. So how do you feel this example as in privatization and outsourcing, as far as the, because they are saying that the technology is developed and we don't need now these people, is it really that technology that is affecting this one, or as a major chunk, because technology, if it is there, it should affect the Group A and Group B post also, but Group A and Group B post, they are not dissolving, whereas Group C and Group D post, where the chunk of majority of SC, ST, OBCs are there, Multivasis are there, it has been deposed. So, what do you feel in this particular regard, sir?
Sir, very good question, Ashish ji. That they wantedly remove, the ruling class wantedly remove the employment, particularly belongs to OBC, SC, ST, because the lower strata is working at lower level, and the upper strata cannot come and work because they don't want to work in those in certain sectors, even though it is a government job, but majority didn't apply for the government job because they feel that that jobs are counter their social status, and generally they prefer creamy jobs, and they don't want to work in the class 3, class 4, and other jobs. Here, the most of the public, because of lack of employment and because of need that prevails in this country, the lower strata want to work in any job, including that what we say office subordinate or attendant. Uh, Even though the OBC, SC, ST people studied um, degree, and they are willing to join as an attender or office subordinate. So their mentality is different. That at least a secured social security job is sufficient for their living conditions, and to get a job, and to give better service to the society. Because these people are coming from service sector, and they prefer most of them, because of lack of opportunities, I can say, and because of lack of education, I can say.
Hello, are you able to hear me, sir? I think there is some problem in the network issue. Let us see if he can join soon. So basically, friends, as far as this privatization is considered, and I was explaining that I was going through one of the article which was there in the various media, and it had told that almost Indian Railways has abolished nearly 72,000 posts of Group C and Group D categories in the last 6 years, and which include peons, waiters, sweepers, gardeners, and primary school teachers. And according to the official documents, almost 16 zones of the railways has proposed to surrender almost 81,000 such posts. So a major chunk of the post, if such 81,000 of post is deposed from the Indian Railways, then we can see the impact that it will be among the Mulnivasis, because this Group C and Group D will be majority, means almost all the people in this particular will be from the 85% category of scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, other backward classes and minorities. So this is really this will be a really impact, and it's a very serious issue which needs some solution, some discussion, some voice to be raised in this particular forum or in the media, or organizations should come forward. Various employees organizations should come forward and think and fight unitedly for such cases where this type of developments are going on behind the curtain, and it is a source of political political scenario and political views. So definitely this will be. So let us hear from sir. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think there was some issues with the network. So no issues, sir. Please continue on this the particular example which we are discussing about the almost 81,000 posts which are diffused from the Indian Railways for the last 6. So this is just an example, because Indian Railways is a major chunk or majority of major employer for the Mulnivasi people. And as far as Mulnivasis are considered, this will have definitely an impact. So, what do you feel, and how it should be taken care as far as the rights of scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, OBCs, and minorities are considered, sir?
Sir, definitely this decision will impact on the socio-economical issues of Mulnivasi Bahujans and OBC, SC, ST people. And the government wants to privatize those sectors and give it to the contractual system. And the government wants to benefit the contractors, so the those who are having money, and those who are the um, uh, business class people. They want to extend their profits that are related to railways to the already well-off people. And they want to raise their economic levels that will not be useful for this country, for overall development of this country, because what they will do with their additional profits, they will keep the profits and they will invest in some other way. That investment will yield benefits to their families, but not the thousands of families, those who are actually working in railways or in other sector. So if the entire profit goes to one person or one family, and they will reserve those funds with them only, and the overall rotational economy will be disturbed and hampered in this country. Not only the lower strata will lose their jobs, but also the economy also will be disturbed, because the lower strata wants to construct one house, and if 70,000 people construct 70,000 houses, that will impact the financial growth of cement industry, steel industry, and all the related industries. that will flourish in this country. And if the government wants to privatize and give that contract to one person, that person cannot construct 70,000 houses, because he require only one house or two houses or three houses. So the privatization not only damage the social and economical system scenario of the lower strata, particularly the OBC SC ST, but also damages the Indian economy and Indian industry and all other related factors, because the spending capacity of the public will be lowered, and the spending, because of the spending capacity, that will impact the economical issues of this country. These factors are not considering by the ruling class, and they are simply blindedly they are taking decisions that they want to privatize the government sector. This is absolutely wrong. And one more thing, that the ruling class and the administrative class, particularly the apex bodies who are working in at higher levels, are going to USA, and they're taking training from various managerial colleges, and and they are receiving the concept of privatization from America, and these policies are generally related to World Bank and IMF, and they are changing their minds that doing business is not the concept of the government, and government want to take administration, and business is related to the business class. These are all the principles that they are importing from various sectors, and this is another phenomena. And these thinking processes are absolutely wrong and not suitable for Indian scenario. And India is having a vast majority, vast population, and a lot of opportunities are required for overall development of this country. And they are ignoring, and they might be ignoring, or they wantedly, with intentionally, they want to privatize the government sector. And these two factors are there in privatizing the government sector, and this definitely will play a bad role in this country. And we the all the employees working in government sector needs to oppose these moves and decisions.
Hello. I think again there is a network problem with our panelist Tilak Kumar sir. Hope it will be resolved soon. So basically, as we were discussing that this privatization as well as the outsourcing, because another wording that has been used in this today's panel discussion topic is the outsourcing. So outsourcing also, basically it is said that to reduce the overall expenses of any particular project, it is outsourced so that it can be done with cheap rates. So this is what it has been told, and majority of the work, majority of the public servant work, or majority of the government sector works, which were being done internally, now that has been outsourced, and that has been given to various organizations, which Tilak sir was telling that these are who are the beneficiaries of this particular system. They only are getting this particular job. So basically, whosoever people who are getting retired from various honorable organizations and various economic organizations. These retired people, they have developed their own small organizations, and they are getting the majority of the work which was done by these major sectors. This has been diversified to the small sectors who had already retired from these particular people, particular organization. So again, if this impact of outsourcing is considered, it is basically the economy will be running between the economist and the economist who are developed people. Between them only this economy will get distributed, and a majority of scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, and other backward classes. These people, to that extent, since they are not developed in the economic or business aspect, they are lagging in this particular aspect, and they are not developed themselves in small scale entrepreneurships, so that they will get this outsourcing. So it is said that with the help of outsourcing, they are getting the work done with less finance. But actually, if we see the owners of these outsourcing people, then definitely these owners are not from the Mulnivasi people, but they are from the higher, the beneficiary of this system, who are basically 15% scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, and other who are beneficiary of the social system. I mean, the Brahmin, Baniyas, and Vaishyas. So these are the people who are the beneficiary, and they themselves have developed small sectors, and these majority of the government works or majority of the public works, these are diversified to these people, and the resource is basically diversified to the people. So overall, it is said that the overall control or overall reduction in the finance, they will get it work done, but ultimately it is not happening. So, and to that extent, these scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, and minority people will only get distracted, and get they will only be the people who will be affected by the system. I think Tilak Kumar sir, yeah, sir, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, sir, we were discussing the impact of privatization, as well as if we see the another terminology is outsourcing. So, privatization as well as outsourcing also is raising day by day, and the impact of this outsourcing is also affecting the government sectors as well as the public sectors. So, how do you see this outsourcing factor on the socio-economic justice of the Mul Nivasis? How it is impacting? Who are the owners of these small entrepreneurships, to which this government work is getting diversified toward these small organizations? So how the finance is controlled within their community or within their, how do you see this particular aspect, sir?
Sir, outsourcing workers and employees are almost working on par with government employees, and they are extending their valuable services. And in outsourcing, generally, number one, there is no reservation, and the majority, who is having influence in their sector, then can give employment to the outsourced employees as their wish. This is the first thing, and outsourcing outsourcing employees also frustrated over a period, because there is no increment for them, there is no security for their job, and, initially they may work better, but later they are not working as we are expecting. So a lot of issues are coming, social issues are coming, and security issues are coming, and the most important thing is responsibility. The government, the outsourced employee cannot fix responsibility, and if anything thing goes wrong, and if any legal issues comes, the outsourced employee simply escapes, because they are having no official responsibility. So outsourcing is not a solution. It is a temporary mean. But the ruling class is focusing on outsourcing without thinking basic issues. And we are the actually the public are giving votes and electing their people's representatives to take decisions in favor of the public. But the ruling, those who are in ruling, they are not taking decisions in favor of the public, and they are behaving like business people, and they are running the country as their own business entity. Um, and they are forgetting that they are working, they have been elected and working as per the constitutional norms. Because of the constitution only, the Indian Parliament was formed, and because of the constitution only, the assemblies are formed, and because of the constitution only, there are MPs and MLAs. These people are generally called as lawmakers. we are calling as MLAs, MPs, but the constitutional term is lawmaker. So those who are elected and those who are capable of making laws are making wrong laws, not in favor of the lower state or not in favor of the public. So the outsourcing is one of the wrong strategy, that a lawmaker shall not adopt outsourcing, because it is not fit for law. A employee or officer is having that rules and regulations that being governed, and he has to obey the rules and regulations. He has to work within the norms. But yeah, outsourced employee is not fit for those rules and regulations, and the and any organization cannot take cannot take any disciplinary proceedings against outsourcing employee. So if any outsourced employee takes a wrong decision, the impact goes to the public, and the impact goes to the goes on the um, uh, financial position of the country. So, and these are two sides. Negative impact will come if you want to outsource all the employment in this country. And not only that, as far as social sector is concerned, the OBC, SC, ST people will lose so many job opportunities in this country. These people voted for these governments not to lose their jobs, and to get better jobs and to get more jobs.
Right, sir. So specifically, this privatization as well as this outsourcing, it is not helping the Mulnivasi people, and it can be said as it is a strategy to keep away the Mulnivasis from this employment sector as well as the right sector. So, though the Indian Constitution gives various emphasis on states to look after the welfare of the people as far as the employment is considered, but the way the strategy is going on, or the way the policies are made, it is not in favor of the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, other backward classes and minorities. So, if this process continued for last 10 years and again for upcoming years, it will be continued. So, in such cases, what is the role of the employees or the employees organization within the country? How they should take this issue and how they should tackle this specific issue, which is not a state issue basically, or a small issue, but it's a nationwide issue. All people who are there in within all the territories of the country, these people are getting affected. So, how do you see the solution for this problem, which is continued and it will be continued for years? Sir?
Thanks. Very good question, Ashish ji. And actually, the OBC, SC, ST employees are working to protect the employment in this country, and and when we are discussing with various association leaders, um, and everybody is feeling threat, and everybody is willing to work against privatization. So a lot of coordinated work is required throughout the country, and a big coordination is required among all the departments. So actually, if you see the public sector in this country, uh, if you see any public sector, because of lack of reservation to OBCs in the first 40 years, majority Brahmins got employment, and majority Brahmins worked in public sector, and actually the
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
hello, sorry.
Yeah,
Uh,
please continue. Yeah.
so those Brahmins who worked in the early 40 years after getting independence of this country, they also contributed for the development of the public sector. And at present, they are all retired employees and officers. and their opinion is also against privatization. The ruling government must note up this point also. Because why? Because the government sector and the public sector role is very important for the overall development of the country, and every employees, no, we cannot say OBC SC ST, and because OBC SC STs are most sufferers, and even um, a proportionate suffering is will be faced by the uh, other community people also, because the in other communities, some of the some of the families are rich, and some of the families are also poor, and and the government cannot make rich those who are having poor strata and poor economical background. So everybody needs a needy sector is wants is want to work in government sector, to first to work in the government sector, to serve the public, and moreover uh, moreover to get the employment. So everybody will affect because of this privatization, and to curtail and to prevent privatization, we require a national level network, and and all the employees shall come together to raise their voice unitedly against privatization, and then only the government will hear. Otherwise, in isolation, they cannot fight, and with cooperation and coordination only, they can curtail this the concept of privatization in the large interest of this country and in the large interest of the Mulnivasi Bahujans.
Right, sir. The right appeal made by you as an president of Mulnivasi Karmachari Kalyan Mahasangh, because your organization is also working at national level, taking into consideration the employees as a resource, and employees as a major resourceful part of this organization, and definitely these karmacharis or employees who are spread all in all sectors. The step that you will take at national level will be really in positive way. So, sir, we are almost toward the end of this today's session. We would like to take your concluding message or appeal to all the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, OBC, and minority communities employees and various organizations. Basically, all the sectors, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, other backward classes, other minorities, they are having their own employees organizations. So, as far as a national federation is considered and a national organization of MKKM is considered, please give your message on this particular today's topic, as well as the upcoming year's challenge that you are envisaging in this particular era.
Thank you, Ashishji. The major role and responsibility lies in the leadership of OBC, SC, ST, and these sector, because that if you take the percentage of population, they are 85%, and as well as the previous census is concerned. So these people comes under majority, vast majority, and they are in majority, and the majority shall take decision in the interest of the majority. So every organizational leaders belongs to OBC and scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. We are appealing them, and we are coordinating them, and we are requesting them to join hands and to come together to fight against privatization. Uh, and we have to and we are going to represent all the member of parliaments, and we have already making representations to the member of parliaments and members, and we are going to we give representations to the MLAs and MPs to make laws in the large interest of the public. Uh, so, and not to take decisions against privatization, in favor of privatization, and and and, uh, and not to ruin the government sector and public sector. And they have we are appealing them. We are appealing them to keep as it is, or to improve the public sector and to improve the government sector, to give better service to the society and to give better service to the public. And we are all requesting and appealing to all the leaders belongs to scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and other backward caste to come forward and to, let us sit together, let us discuss, and let us fight to stop privatization in this country. Thank you, Ashish ji.
Thank you very much, sir, for this elaborate message and the important this appeal that you have made to all the leaders of Mullivasi organizations. Definitely, as far as this national level issue is considered, they should come under one umbrella for fighting this national issue, because it is not a small issue and not pertaining to one particular community or one particular area of the country. So it is a majority of 85%. It is a problem of 85% people. So definitely they will think in this particular direction, and they will make a cooperative mechanism to work together to fight against this issue as per the constitutional norms which are already provided in the Constitution of India. Sir, thank you very much for joining today on this particular topic, and we will again invite you on some other occasions on different topics as far as these employees problems specifically are considered. Definitely, we would like to invite you, and we hope that you will join us and awaken us on various issues that are related to Mullivasi people. Thank you very much, sir, for joining today. Jai Bhim, Jai Mullivasi, Jai Samvidhan, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, Ashish ji, and sorry for the inconvenience due to my network problem. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you, sir.
No problem, sir. No issue. Thank you very much, sir. So, with your permission, sir, we would like to say display about the tomorrow's topic. Tomorrow, it is 30th of May, and tomorrow, as we know, from Monday to Saturday, we are organizing the panel discussions in Hindi, and tomorrow we are again going to discuss the same issue of privatization and outsourcing. So निजीकरण और outsourcing का सामाजिक और आर्थिक न्याय पर दुष्परिणाम. This is the topic that we are going to organize tomorrow in Hindi, and we have eminent panelist Mullivasi engineer Umesh Rajakji, who is national vice president of PPID, to elaborate on this particular aspect of privatization and outsourcing on the social and economic aspect, how it is getting affected for the majority of Mullivasi people. So be there at 8:30 p.m. tomorrow, and thank you very much for joining us today. Jai Bhim, Jai Mullivasi, Jai Samvidhan, Jai Bharat.